Hello, Dan Marshall here, and this is the pre-holiday stream. Yes, because I am not going to be streaming for a few days. I am going on holiday, well, for a few days, but I will be back streaming next weekend. Just letting you know, I'm just letting you know this in advance. Just quick, I'm having to pour myself a quick drink. Hopefully, it's not going to, explode again. Hopefully, it didn't this time. That's good. That's good. Yeah, every time I open this soda stream bottle, it keeps exploding. I'm not too sure why, but it seems to like doing that. I'm not too sure why. I stopped questioning it a while back, but every so often I forget. So it's always something fun, I guess. Alrighty, so as I said, hopefully this will be the night we finish Shadows of New York. And then we can start the rotation between Bloodlines, so Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. Yes, because that game I was actually enjoying it. I really was, and I also enjoyed Bloodlines a lot as well. I've been really enjoying the whole World of Darkness games, and I really have been, and I'm planning on getting Swan Song sometime. And if I had a VR headset that was, actually could work on my computer, I would do the VR Vampire Masquerade game. I think it's called Justice. I think something like that. It's kind of like a vampire version of Dishonored. There's a lot of people are worrying Bloodlines 2 is going to be like. They're worried about that. You see, they're worried. It's a very good worry to have. I gotta admit that one. Because I pre-ordered the game, you see, and it did not go according to plan. Unfortunately, I did that game. But yes, but I'm still going to be getting it in the year. I will be playing it, and I may even stream it, despite the fact you can't be your own unique character, and you have to be a named one. Sadly, I will still play it, because I do like the Vampire the Masquerade games. I really do. And if they ever made an online World of Darkness game, but actually incorporated all the main three, that would be great, because I would definitely get that game, I would play it, probably even stream it, and any expansions can be like going into the other World Darkness things, like for instance Wraith the Oblivion, going into the world of Wraiths, what happens after you die, you become a Wraith and you sort of live in like a world between death and life, you sort of when you phase through things. That'd be great, it would be. But yes, now we're gonna get on to Shadows of New York, hopefully get it done tonight, and then hopefully we can, or hopefully then, next time I stream, I'm probably going to stream Elden Ring next weekend. Because I've been missing that game as well. Yeah. But yes. So, to the game. I finally reached Big Beat Burger, hoping to recuperate from all the mental damage accumulated over the past few days. I swear. Only to find out the doors are locked and nobody inside. No. I need to be soothed. I need my routine. You've absolutely got to be kidding me. Closed? What the fuck do you mean closed? Hey, it's a random guy. I mean, we are in the middle of the pandemic. Everything's closed. Oh yeah, I forgot this was during, the old COVID days. I forgot about that. Pandemic? What pandemic? Do you live under a fucking rock? It's the new SARS virus, straight from China. The whole world is going crazy over it. People are dying left and right. Holy shit! Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know something like this was still happening in the day and age. Sometimes I thought we were beyond it. You're beyond it, Julia, because you are a vampire. You don't have to worry about that. You'll never get unwell. If you do feed long enough, then you've got bigger issues. Well, I guess it's lucky I'm dead. That's the spirit. I walk away to avoid bringing more attention to myself. Yeah, can I do that in real life? What? Well, I mean, you can, but they'll follow you. So. Now I understand why NYC feels downright apocalyptic tonight. Look, it's like a psychedelic experience to see these familiar streets empty and abandoned. Yeah. Step that car. Well, let's see what part of the city is still alive in the middle of a plague. Oh, God. Didn't not expect that face. Ooh, so shall we go with a familiar smile? Or shall we go with the aristocratic taste? I really feel in a bit of a weird good mood. Because of the fact of that today, as Zach Majors already knows, managed to successfully do, and I managed to DM my first ever one-shot. Yes. It took 2 days, but, it was alright. Took roughly 4 hours, roughly. Give or take a few minutes. Right, I think it's time to get the dice out. Where did I put my red dice? Oh, there, yeah. I'm still down with the fact of that I can't find my D8 blue and white die. So after I've been on holiday, I'm going to actually look. I'm gonna see if it's still in that dice mode. I just haven't found it yet. So I'll have to do that. Right, I'm rolling a D4. Wow, this red and black one actually works really well with this. Okay, we're going with the taste. There we go. I'm keeping my dice out in case I might. Well, that's good timing then. I entertained the thought of sneaking to a hotel hospital to see how things appeared up close, but it looked like an actual war zone, so I decided against it. Whatever, I don't know what I expected with where healthcare reforms have been going in this state. Fewer facilities in poor areas, fewer beds, less funding. They're just reaping what they've sown. That's why I used to honestly consider going back to the old country. An American friend was like, "Why would you go back to that shithole?" He was shocked to learn we have normal free healthcare. Wait, show me your English. Meaning from England. Not just English, but England. I don't know. I don't kind of remember. Anyway, if an actual hospital won't do it, this one might. The smallpox hospital on Roosevelt Island, built to quarantine the poor and and the unloved victims of pandemics away from normal citizens' eyes. In spite of its disrepair, and maybe partially because of it, the architecture still manages to perfectly convey the building's painful history. There are ghosts here. Oh no. I'm getting Ocean View Hotel flashbacks. but they are mostly the good metaphorical kind. Phew, not the kind I usually see. Good. I don't want to hear that happening again. Looks like there also might be a lone physical being here. I hear someone sneaking through the ruins. That's that for my peace and quiet. But oh well, I needed this to satiate my thirst anyways. What? How do I approach that person? Number one, through the shadows, like a light, the somber we are. I am struggling tonight. Say hi first, I'll just dominate them. I kind of feel the shadowy approach because we are the somber. We are made for the shadows. Then jump at them, go boom. That kind of thing. Nothing like that. I'm leaning towards one, to be honest. But I will wait for an answer from you. Ow! Ah! Ow! Ow! I just got harpooned by one of my own hairs. Ow! That makeup today, and I think a little strand of it was on my arm. I didn't realise I just stabbed myself in the stomach. Ow! I'm gonna go with 1. I'm gonna see how that goes, because pretty much we are the Sombra. We go through the shadows. I become one with the shadows. I let the flow of the void take me in the direction of the footsteps. Eventually, a female shape appears in front of my eyes. Slowly, I emerge from the darkness behind her back. Where? That was awful. Only to spook my target the moment I do. In her panic, she drops something on the floor. It breaks into 1,000 little pieces. God, don't scare me like that. I'm sorry. Look at what you made me do. She kneels to pick up the pieces of some ugly glass sculpture. The shape is familiar. Was that a Scrooge McDuck figurine? Ah, yes, it was. A Carlsbad design. They stopped making these decades ago. You don't even know how long it took for me to find it. Oh, I was really looking forward to decorating my haven with this. Wait. Haven. A Scrooge McDuck? It's pop art, okay? Haven. Of course, now as I can put into words. The feeling she might be kindred. She seemed airheaded and eccentric, but I wouldn't want to pick a fight with her, quite a hunch. I apologize. My name is Julia. I'm a some representative of the city. Some than you are. Absolutely horrible first impression. Somehow never met before. You live here? I prefer keeping to myself these nights. More time for hobbies if you keep in scruples like this. What's your name? Just call me Princess. Princess? My true name is Friends Only, and after destroying my treasure, I count you a sworn enemy. Wow, when you least expect it, I will find you and I'll trap you in a reality of eternal pain. I should complain to the court at least, honestly tell Helena to start looking for a replacement. So I won't go to her. Claudia would surely be thrilled to see Prince Helena's army of mission of looking for a rare Scrooge McDuck statue. I prefer to avoid that fate, even if it doesn't seem very likely. How can I make it up to you? Should I search for a present online or... I'm not gonna lie to you, prefer to not stay mad for long, as it's dancing and it's a threat to your beauty, both inner and outer. So yeah, I think I'm gonna ask you a small favour, then we'll be square, and I won't have to worry about becoming ugly. Wow, got it? What favour? See, I'm super into low art these days. I collect other stuff like Scrooge lamps. I used to be hardcore into high art before I studied the harmonic structure of Bach's cantatas, taught myself Arabic just to weep over Middle Eastern poetry, read a lot of Joyce and Adorno, etc. Eventually hobbies become boring, as all things do, so I'm switching up a bit. Comic books, heavy rock music, modern Hollywood movies, stuff made for small children, basically. The problem is, I think I'm still not low enough. There's still too much masturbating of the form, too much restraint, too much respectability, too much tastefulness. I want to feel a rush of gazing into the soul of someone willing to admit true degenerate desires and obsessions. So I want the lowest kind of art you can find to sweep me off my feet and we'll be good. Another kind of I expected. Yeah, true. How low is too low? There's no such thing as too low. Well, true. Okay. Back when I was alive, I refused advances from a guy who lived just outside of Astoria. He definitely still something a little lower, but what exit outway should I get her? Shall we get her Lord of the Rings book? Shall we get her Berserk? Or shall we get her Hunter the Reckoning? Which one should we get? Because they're all good choices. I don't know which one. We have to pick from 3. I can use the D6 if need be. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Ow! That. Oh god. Oh, that stung a bit. Right, I'm gonna roll a D6. So 1 and 4 is fantasy. 2 and 5 is anime. And 3 and 6 is a video game. That's loud. And it is anime. Okay, okay, I'll be back in a jiffy. Takes me just over an hour to get there, wake in the middle of the night, mess with his head a little and get back with the reportedly low work of art. So I've got something. Don't be shy, what is it? I pressed the DVD, but oh my god, I was close with Berserk. I was close. I pressed the DVD box with busty hands wrong, looking a giant katana. According to the description he printed for me, this thing is named Rimisu do Daiboken. I probably butchered that beyond belief, but I will do my best. The cover says Lilith's Carnal Carnival. Yeah, no idea why it's named like that anyway. Anyways, the 90s original video animation presents us with a tale of 5 big bosom samurai warriors traveling through America in search of General Hastelvista, the Incubus King. Don't let all the situations misguide you. The main draw here are peerless directions, enabling avant-garde editing, rhythm, and dialogue that coyly comments on traditional gender roles in anime. Once you've seen the animation in the final battle, you'll understand why it never fails to set a Sakuga fan's heart ablaze. No, Sakuga uncountable. In Japanese anime, a sequence of must be high quality, use highlight particularly important scene. So yeah, it does sound like low art. Eyes down, I waited her response. This is great! It is? Yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I can feel that it's utterly degenerate and negative in its intentions. Just what I needed. Believe me, I've had more than enough of art trying to dazzle with me over and be used as stepping stone in someone's illustrated. Oh, career. I want someone to like, screw it, I don't want to impress anyone, don't want to get anywhere, I just want to vomit out my soul, no. These freaks like me to see. I get the feeling they are a Toredo. I think because they have obsession about things and like that. They work from obsession. So basically vanity. A weird vanity. Not greed, but something like it. Now, I'm doing a form of art. So, is my debt paid? I suppose. So, can I get your name now? Let me think. No. Art. She turns away and disappears into the night. Well, that was an interesting distraction from all the memories in the city. I suppose it's time to go back to the miserable business I've been saddled with. The time comes for me to meet up with Korea and hopefully D'Angelo too. The last proposition on my list. This better be good. Oh, I've missed this place. And that's D'Angelo's agency. Looks like a dump. Bleh. Perfect for the clan of the hidden. I thought he wasn't hidden. I thought he was missing, and beyond I kind of expected the worst. Why would we want to look for him in the most obvious place? I've been asking around and I've got a hunch. Just trust it and start looking. Fine. Who is D'Angelo anyway? He's a good man, a useful man. It took me time to get used to him. He takes sleuthing very, very seriously. That is true. From the first game, as we've streamed, he took it very seriously. This thing is acting like a idiosyncratic noir detective. I heard it helps him cope with something, but I never felt comfortable tackling the subject. Doesn't sound too quirky in 5 city standards. Oh, that's right. We actually completed his missions. Yes, we found out what it was. Wait, what was it? There's a rat on the floor, frozen in an unnatural position. Weird shit. It's New York for you. Oh god. Number 1, gross. Number 2, examine it. And number 3, kick it. We'll do a D one again, so same as last time. Let's examine it. Let's get to examining. Despite my disgust, I put the voting up. Now, that's what being nurse is all about. Leave no stones unturned. Shut up. This is too gross. What have you found out? I take a close hard look at the rat. It's alive, but from what I see, he's just stretched out on like grinding his teeth without a care in the world. That's called bruxing. What? When a rat chatters its teeth, it's bruxing. It's not acting panicked or aggressive, I guess it's just happy. I look at his face. I don't know, his eyes keep coming out the sockets and going back in. It looks disgusting. There's like a lot of pain. So he's boggled. He must be really content. What is he real so about? Never mind, I'm getting a new feeling. This is weird, man. I have a feeling there's a kindred hiding nearby. Weird. My thoughts exactly. Claudia slowly approaches the secluded corner of the room. And there it is. He kicks a power clothesline on the floor. Wow. I'm just a corpse. Leave me alone. Looking for you. We're all corpses here, Leandro. You're among friends. Clumsily, power clothes transformed to an unkept man looking like he's suffering from some sort of skin condition. I'm not going to do. Wow, yeah, he definitely. Yeah. He looks like he's been through some stuff. He's definitely been through stuff. No. You know, a true friend would just bury me. Unlucky for you, we're not that kind of friends. Lucky, unlucky, schmucky, Maya. How did you guess I were here? See, I've been asking around for the past few days. What I've learned is that the reason that can be just described as nubulous, you've made quite a few enemies since last year. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. And one thing that caught my interest is how everyone is I'm gonna go out your place was raided a few times without you being found, yet nobody else seemed responsible for those acts. Hell, doesn't this den always look like it's been raided? Can't blame anyone for making an educated assumption. I had a hunch these might be more than this rumors say. It showed like a convenient coincidence when everyone hears something that makes them look the other way, and coincidences are for fools. Well, you've got my number and you've seen my ugly mug right in front of you. There's no use playing dumb, I suppose. Agreed. You seriously spent all the weeks holed up in here. Is that hunger not getting to you? Yes. Gian does not look that good. He looks rough. You've got a lot of critters around this area, and we've been shown some of the rats actually get addicted to the kiss. They come to me every night acting like hookhounds begging for it. Wow. Been getting them drunk just like some rush out of feeding on them feels a bit like slavering a horrible burnt piece of pizza and ketchup. In this situation, I'll take what I can get. You dig? It's so gross, I failed to keep my poker face, he notices. So who's the dame? Julia Sawinski, detective investigating Baron Callahan's death. He raises his head for a short while to stare in Cordea's eyes and treat him with a vulgar snicker. Phooey! So someone has finally put the old man on eyes. Whoever did the world a huge favour. Absolutely, but I got orders to establish who that was, and I've been stumbling in the dark for the past few days. We need your help. I'll be damned, your sleuth skills really must really not be up to par if you're begging a bum for help. Okay. So, I kind of want to go for number 2 because that might spur on Gian's, just like inner sleuth. It might help raise him back out again. So I'm going to go for number 2 for this one. It's an unusual case. How so? It's extremely political. Phooey, I asked. How is it unusual? It feels like a game was rigged against me from the very start, like I've been bumbling around and achieving nothing whilst everyone was behind my back. Jeez, you sound hopeless, kid. Haven't you ever read a Chandler book as I always is? Just do your best and know the embarrassment and hope you stumble on the answer by accident. He accidentally lets a metal flask in his hand slip out and fall to the floor, and struggles to pick it up. Claudia can't bear to watch. God, what happened to you, Gianni? I've never seen you this low before. Stressful disorders cause a disruption in my routine. Is that what I think a shrink would say happens when a lot of shady folks are out to put a stake through your chest? Help us out. Tell us what you know and we might be able to help you in return. Yeah, that way it's due, mate. I think it's going to be the other way around. I ain't telling you too shit. I don't like French, but I know I can count on some protection. Up until Gianni. Don't you Gianni me out, I know you. I know your level, and I also know your honor is one of the few things you care about. You want me to endanger myself, you put it on the line for me. And then, that's that. You either promise to extend your protection to me, or the moment you step away from here, I sneak away into the sewers, and that's the last time you ever see me. Cartier shoots me a wary, sideways glance. I know, he drives a hard bargain. Especially for someone whose sense of self-worth doesn't not exactly appear to be sky high at the moment. Maybe, but I do value my own life quite a lot, thank you very much, friends. Cartier sighs. Alright, but 3 months from now, the moment Pink Banner tells me it's no longer possible for the court to offer you safety without compensation principles, you're on your own. No negotiations, that's the only deal I can strike with you. Take it or leave it. The amateur scratches his head and groans loudly. Tugs on his mask and stands up. He's vaping. That's just another straight away. That's Jake with me. Big fella might have strong opinions about pineapple, but hell, I'm sitting on dynamite. I'll take what I can. Who else in New York would you rather rely on? You want me to call the mayor? My opinions about the prince ain't that bad. So what you good folks want from me? Who wants you dead? Starting with the interrogation with a tricky one. Wouldn't I like to know? Step up, Gianni. You seem to be forgetting how quid pro quo works. Wouldn't I like to know? Wouldn't cut it. What can I tell you? That warlock, Agathion, or whatever his name is, presumed dead. Tamika, missing action with CI on her back, possibly KIA. By now, hope the kook hidden in her face under Van der Weyden's skirt. He knows everything for a bum. He's doing pretty well for himself in knowledge-wise. Around the time they started having trouble, some rough-looking street wisecans just started hanging out in my usual spot. Didn't take me long to contact to connect the dots. Wait, what's the connection in you and those three? Ever since last year, folks started hiring us for various gigs. Some even tried getting us to join their coteries. All these opportunities were rather short-lived. However, the delicate tightrope act of working for various employees made us finally aware there's an intersecting alliance in New York City. Kindred from both sides often work for the same goals without knowing it. The moment we started figuring it all out, a cleanup crew went downtown. I know the serious warlock boy sniffed something out in his own backyard, and poof, he disappeared. Then I saw contact with them with hoping to meet her, and went AWOL. Hopefully they're doing fine, and they didn't snitch on me to anyone. They didn't even tell me you guys knew each other, so I think you're safe. Why are you milking them for intel, Peter? I need a quick drink. I realised my throat's getting a bit sore. That's better. I found a list of 4 names and Cannon's remains. You can probably guess what they were. I get the picture, yeah, Christ almighty. I've heard from just a list of freelancers, potential associates, probably prepared by Carter Van der Weyden. My money is on him being involved by small bullshit. Have you got any idea who might have done the boss in? Any more clues? Not at all. That's why we want you to come in, friend. Investigate the murder scene any way you know how. Tell us what you think. Guide Julie into a direction. D'Angelo sizes me up, scratching his head. Sure, whatever. I'll try my best, kiddo. Lead the way. I'll drive you there, at least as close as possible. I won't want to be welcome that deep in unarmed territory. Just clean yourself up a bit. Gianni, I just had my upholstery cleaned earlier this week. Wow. After dropping us off at the same place Catherine first introduced me to Maya, Cartier quickly drives off. Here we are. Swell, a classic closed room mystery. Let me take a look. You start walking around the office, carefully taking every element. So you're saying you're basically a nobody, but you can seem to call Catherine Wise and have her open sesame and art crypt for you. Don't know, sure sounds like somebody to me. Don't misunderstand, I only met her during the course of this investigation. Everyone's basically been treating me like dirt wherever I go, and I'm only acknowledged enough to legitimize this sham. Lord Castlereagh. Now that was not an abrupt interruption. I was busy shaving, damn it. Excuse me? He pointed at the painting of the man overseeing the entire office. I met murder on the way. He had a mask like Castlereagh. Very smooth he looked, yet grim. 7 bloodhounds followed him. He seemed to have completely switched his modus operandi on seeing the murder scene. He's in his own little world, and his behaviour has become more machine-like, erratic. I still don't follow. I never knew the old Irish coot was in the Nepal. Napoleonic. But then again, I have no idea about his that church. Of course, maybe that's where he lived or was born. Anywho, pay no attention to me, alright? Who am I looking for? Yeah. Right. That's one Lord Castlereagh, born as Robert Stewart, a British Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs at the beginning of the 19th century. Incredibly influential and probably hated. Ask one fellow about Castlereagh and he'll tell you he was the man who destroyed Napoleon for good, the man who shaped British politics for ages, the man who built foundations for European unity in Vienna. Ask any fellow and he'll tell you he's the man who destroyed the Irish Parliament, the man who cracked down on the impossible of reform and supported the cavalry massacre and peaceful protesters. Wow. He's spelling these facts like on Tuesday. Is that a hint of the detective's photographic memory? I have to say, it's don't pervert for an Irishman to put up Castlereagh's portrait in his office to find definite proof that our victim was sick in the head, as if we needed much more than that. Probably idolized him too. Maybe I identified with him. Even, yeah, that's possible. Callahan and his ilk adore those jackals who strive to reach across the aisles and achieve hard compromises. Too bad nobody else remembers them well. I feel like I should say something. I've got this nagging from the back of my mind. I'm kind of leaning towards number one. So, if we can find out more if it is, then it might help us discover more. We'll go with that. Yeah, I guess it makes sense to have a role model like that, doesn't it? Oppressing his own people, claiming it was all in their name, and when the end of the day or night, they were back in the shitter and he was still on top. Yeah, sure sounds familiar. 200 years later, all these socialites change. All these societal changes, and it's still worse than the same for kindred. Oh, that's a cherry thought. Not just a kindred. It's still how this world works. Period, kiddo. Napoleon or Bourbon restorations, communism or capitalism, Panhard or Callahan. Once the Borgias established themselves, you gotta completely reset the rules of the game, and a few years later do it again, and again, until you're dead or deader than dead. If that doesn't sound fine by you, you can always just join folks like old Bossy, except the invisible noose that's getting tighter around your neck every single night. He stops above Callahan's corpse and laughs. Posterity will never survey a nobler grave than this. Here lies the bones of Castlereagh, stop traveller and peace. And he kicks his bones with glee, causing me to jump a little. Is he still under the influence? Isn't that tampering with the corpse? Kid, as far as I can see, this crime scene has been 3 times over. Can't really be ruined more than it already has. I agree, but it looks like the same as last time when I was here. Then it was already total mess before you even got here. Whatever. Standing by the metal shows on the ready of to change the topic. Like proof, have you told me these? No, in general I run machine like that. It doesn't like me and I don't like it. They don't like you. They don't work proper way. Like I gave technology an allergy. Sometimes industrial cameras mess up my face, sometimes I can't use phones. You think it could be useful, but it's just a curse. I see, so you think those blinds have beaten the murder weapon. Wow. I'm gonna do number one because that sounds more like it. I thought it hadn't crossed my mind, to be honest. Then let me explain. Let's say for reasons our stiff was standing there, the sun was rising. Maybe staring at poor Vesselridge, looking for a summit or coming to the other side, yet another guy pushed to suicide by politics. Pretty old school, romantic, yada yada. Or maybe it was torpor. Or maybe it was a freak accident, or maybe it was just premeditated. Ooh, I didn't expect that mask on now. In any case, sunlight would be perfect murder weapon, no? Takes off his mask and shoots a disfigured smile my way. Well, that's just a theory anyway. Well, that sound? Does it? Because I was a spitballing. It's practically impossible to make certain now, kiddo. The most logical cause of final death would be damage to the heart. And that can easily be done without damage to the skeleton. And it sets off a wink. What's he playing at? Yeah. The safe. Anyone made a crack at it yet? As I know, the car knows the code, and the code is actually pretty hard to crack. Watch me, kiddo. He presses his ear to the safe and slowly begins to rotate the dial. Stop clowning around, you're a safe locker now. When you're cursed with contaminants, as in mine, and you decide a job such as mine, you gotta be a jack of all trades. Yeah, but still sounds pretty hard. Last year there was a random fella visiting Arizona in Alberta. He found a safe that hadn't been opened in 40 years. Now, it seems special was not even a blast could have handled it. But man just studied the numbering, listened close to the mechanics, attempted the most sensible combinations, and voila, the unthinkable happened. That's where just trusting your instincts leads you. Too bad he found nothing inside but an old pay sheet. Oh, the tight squeeze the door open. I'll be damned. It looks like we've got the same case here. Confetti, a few random papers scattered around. For what it's worth, the lock is obviously traces of mechanical manipulation. Something recent too. Okay, but what do we have for sure already? I'm done here, you can take over. Another wing, another walk in the random direction. I can get the safe quite okay. I haphazardly grab everything that's left inside the safe and hide it on my person. And close the door so nobody knows what he might crack it. When I turned around, motioned to come closer with a sheet of paper lying on the desk. So yeah, kid, you probably know the entire beeswax about Schrodinger's cat. So I'm not going to bore you with that, but honestly, anything could have happened here. I read the text he's written on an empty page. This place is wired. It gives me the chills. I think I'm okay. I've tried to record my own voice bunches of times on different hardwares, see if I can. Once it came out as noise, he nodded, then started scribbling something else he couldn't going on about. The best strategy will be educated as to what happened here. They interrogate everyone about it. Maybe you'll take someone by surprise, drop a hook on them. The wiretap is a chip in the broken glass bottle on the floor. Absolutely sure it belongs to Kaiser. Kaiser, the elusive information broker. The talk of the city, finally got an excuse to nab him. I understand. I think I have an idea how to use this to find him. Should I notify him? Claudia, scribble, take long enough for. So yeah, I'll be meeting up, Claudia. You stay here, sister. Maybe there's something you're missing. You're cold, doll. You're gonna be on the jurisdiction that he'll try and stop you. Whatever you do, just give me 10 minutes heads up so you know so I can get the relative safely. Sure, it's back into the stress custody for me. See you around, Julia. Sorry for this all because there couldn't be more help. We want to keep conspicuous of the fact of that, there's a wire. So, I was actually going to go number 2. If I don't contact him in 2 hours, I've got to know what happened. I'll be going. Oh, the moon. I've got a plan. Now I need to do is execute. It's a clueless bystander. This guy will do. Oh God. Do you need me for anything else? Not really, but I'd take a hike before the guy you just called shows up. I can't guarantee he won't make you hurt. Will do. He pulls his head down, obediently trots away from the street. I might have messed with his head a little too much using my wily kindred charms, but I needed him to tell Kaiser where I want to meet. Quite clearly, multiple times. Would I have given him the kiss as thanks, at least, but I told the big man I wouldn't be here all night and that he'd better hurry up. So I'd want to be ready wherever he comes. Less than 15 minutes later, a menacingly black limo takes a fast, sharp turn onto my street and stops right in front of me. Suddenly something like an acid flashback hits me. I know this limo. I've seen it around all over the past few days, but never thought it might be tailing me. Still, it must have. Looks like I'm about to finally get some answers. The door opens and a raspy voice comes from inside. Get the fucking sewing skip. I smile and appreciate the invitation. There he is, Kaiser, the king of New York City's information highways, surrounded by screens, speakers, and newfangled technology gizmos of all kinds. He has not changed one bit. First impression, he's one reported for some of the bitch. D'Angelo was also a sewer rat and he might have had a similar physical disadvantage, but at least he was wholly endearing. With this guy, there's no any kind of sentiment. He's inhumanly cold and I get the feeling he's been at it for ages. You're getting on my nerves, little lady, and I'm far from being the only one. I get the sense he meant for all this be threatening. Instead, I'm elated. After a week of running around like a headless chicken, I'm unsure I was getting anywhere. Finally, I got a compliment. If there's one thing I learned back in Lodestar, It was that you only know you're doing your job correctly when someone powerful gets visibly mad. I have no idea what you mean. Let me play dumb, especially considering you're a natural. The R-hole, double spiral, the SI, talks down. How does it feel to have made enemies absolutely everywhere? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. He scoffs at me with pure contempt. Listen, I will speak as plainly as humanly possible to get this through your little head, since it's obviously you're not willing to read the other signals. You were hired for one thing, and one thing only, little lady, to suck at your job, and you couldn't even do that correctly. People keep stopping at my limo this week, telling me Kaiser, dear Kaiser, we keep trying to make her understand how hopeless she is, but she just won't get a clue. Oh, I know who he is. Yeah, I can remember. I remember he's a Nazi too. Yeah, like Bertram. From Bloodlines. The one who's having, what's it called, a bit of nookie. With Jeanette. That one. She doesn't have any evidence, she doesn't have any testimony, but she keeps going around knocking on everyone's doors. Causing disturbances. It's such a fucking headache. Yes, Bertram. The one having nookie with Jeanette. Usually I try to be a jovial host. I cheer them up. She's not that much of a dunce, I say. She's making mountains out of molehills to make herself seem useful, I say. She's about to stop. But you, in your infinite idiocy, decide to prove me wrong with the most spectacular fashion by knocking on my very own door, forcing my hand, threatening me even. Are you autistic or something, huh? Can't read basic fucking social clues? Stop for 1 second and ask yourself. Cui bono? Who even fucking wants you to solve anything, let alone this case? See, this city is a delicate system in place. Usually it's flawless. Ever since you start tinkering with it, it's been having these irritating malfunctions and it's driving people. Are you done? Wow. Julia, definitely. There's more to Julia than the Quarters of New York characters. It's a weird, disgusting sound. Something between a gargle and a bark escapes his throat. Unbelievable. All I'm hearing is that you're in possession of some information that might help me solve the puzzle I was presented with. If that's the case, I'm going to ask you to share it. I swear. So you're absolutely redeemable. You fucking garbage dump for a woman. How do I get through all the rubbish in your head that you had to drive my point in? Don't you know who I am? I want to say number 3. I kind of want to do that one, to rub it in his face. But I'm going to let you pick. I'll let you pick. Let's have a quick drink. Yeah, because I haven't really drunk. Oh, I needed that drink. Kind of badly. So, which one? Because I'm trying to figure out. But I don't know. I can say number 3 because that will really show him up. Because I'm not sure threatening him normally will work. Number 1's not going to work. Number 2 won't shake him. I think number 3 probably will be the one that makes him realise we're not just some pushabout. Oh, I know who you are. You're the person who had Callahan's place wired, which makes you a possible witness of sorts. Even a suspect. For Christ's sake, from the get-go, even if your accusation were correct, then who, pray tell, would you report them to? Do you even know what kind of people I answer to? No, kettle quakeless? Is that really what you want? You want to know who pulls the strings? It'll be 10 minutes now, I'm in a meeting. This is your last chance to turn back. If you don't, I'll tell you now, you're going to be sorry. The big kahuna, finally, now we're talking. Yes, the big kahuna. Is this your final answer? Yeah, absolutely. Unbelievable. He takes out a phone and begins furiously typing. I relax in the sea, finally we're getting somewhere. It might be dangerous, yeah, but at least I will finally get to clue what's going on. I'm just saying, because at the point of no return, my boss doesn't fucking around. Best case, you're gonna beg him to take you in. I get the feeling it's gonna be, what's it called? Someone from the art hole. I get that weird feeling it is someone from that. I'm just putting away my dice. Here we go. Yeah, I just get the feeling it's someone from the art hole. Whatever, he keeps grumbling under his breath, but I'm not even listening. I just watch the trees go by. Dot dot dot. Until out of the blue I experience a strong sense of foreboding. The shadows. I first spot her in the corner of my eye. She's hovering right next to Kaiser. The rest nothing to understand. And she speaks, her voice is machine-like, otherworldly. Fine. We're 5 minutes away or so. Get the boys ready to give her the Mel Gibson special. Oh no. The moment he pulls away his phone, the silhouette disappears. We're 5 minutes away. Better start figuring out ways you might prove yourself useful to the honcho. There is no honcho. Oh my god, of course this motherfucker is setting me up. I need to get out of here now. I do the first thing that comes to mind. I grab the angle and pull. He notices me scrambling and struggling to grab me. Hold up, you should be fucking cunt. Glass breaks, a loud thud of something heavy hitting the asphalt. Tires screeching. I think he grabbed me. I think he tried to pull me back in. I think we felt the limo. I think his body cushioned my fall. There's a lot of thoughts going on there. But I'm struggling to puzzle what's going on. It's like I'm blanking out. Oh. When I came to, he's already attempting to get up, cursing on his breath. The limo has stopped a little further in, but whoever the driver is not coming out. Fucking. When he stands up, he'll be out for vengeance. He's an older vampire who knows how strong he is, and he's something that will give me the advantage. The pepper spray, of course. I probably won't be effective as won't be on a living person, but still have a try. I leant towards the asshole, disarmed the device, aimed towards his eyes, and unloaded the entire canister. It worked. It actually worked. I kept the offensive. I punched and kicked him. They pummel him. Pressed against the curb. I struggled to harm him in any way I can, like a frightened animal. I don't know how long it'll last. 1 minute, maybe an eternity. The driver steps out of the limo to help his boss. Once he sees what I'm doing to him, he runs away in panic. Feels good. Feels absolutely horrible. Once I'm done, I sit on the curb, screaming my lungs out to avoid crying. Then I look at him. Oh! ... He seems shocked, barely hanging on. I know what I've done was extremely stupid. I did hear how he's one of the most influential figures in the city. But that's probably why he never expected to get his ass whooped, especially by someone like me. When he speaks again, his voice is pathetic, rising close to a whimper. You'll pay. You'll fucking pay. You lost, mislaid, and abandoned property of a woman. He's unwell, talking nonsense. I push him again. You want to have me whacked? What do you think I am, stupid? You needed to be taught a lesson. Well, would you look at who ended up teaching who? Now talk, tell me everything you know of Macalan's final death. All of it. Go to hell. You can fuck me up however bad you want. I'm not going to tell you shit. You try anything, there will be consequences. There will be retribution. My mouth is shut. He might be the last chance to solve the case. I don't force him to talk, he won't. There's a burgeoning through my head, but it scares me even. Do I dare push him to the edge, make him suffer until he squeaks? Right. Here's where shall we break him and make him talk? Or shall we not cross that barrier? I would flip a coin, but I can't seem to find my coin at the moment. Yeah, I got it. Oh, I just found it. Hang on. Gonna get this coin. Or one of them. If I can never pick it up. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Hey, my no go. Alright. Right, I'm gonna flip a coin. On heads, it's gonna be number 1. On tails, it's gonna be number 2. Okay. It's tails, but we will do best out of 3. Tails again. Why not? It's a barrier we're not gonna cross. There we go. All of you might be fucking monsters, but that doesn't mean I am. Because someone just beat up a fucking elder. I still get back at you. I will appeal to whoever I can. Okay. Yes, we however see that's the good thing about being a law enforcement distance, a mutually beneficial deal. One side gets unearned moral superiority, the other side gets no resistance whatsoever. Oh, I will resist by whatever means necessary. Spare me, tomorrow night you will see the compromise that everyone agreed upon long ago. Progress is coming like a train. If you want to throw yourself into the track, be my guest. I'd love to watch. Tomorrow night. Why tomorrow? Julia! I look back on my shoulder and see Cordia. Uh-oh. He fell over. Lots of times. On the curb. Cordia! Bloody hell, what's wrong with you? Why do you look like that? This is why I didn't want to get involved. I had a hunch. A hunch a moment ago, with a true power, all brakes will be off. It's a good thing then we didn't beat him up then. Look, you're talking nonsense. You're out of your damn mind. I should have you in for potential masquerade breach. Just let me explain myself. This ugly fucker tried to have me beaten, maybe even killed. Do you care about that? I have no idea, Sheriff. No idea. She's dangerous. Psychotic. I'll tell you everything in a moment. In my car, Kaiser. Hold on. I'm not done questioning you yet. Looks like there may be a major conspiracy to. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, and you're gonna be glad I leave it at that. If you do that, I'm gonna have to assume you're complicit. That's worth 2 strikes in my book. You don't want to risk a third. So that's that. Tell me, what's all my footwork even for? We'll be seeing each other, little lady. Can you hear this? Go home, Julia. But go home. Fine, I will. Before I do, I take a quick peek into Kaiser's limo, still abandoned a little further down the street. I skipped the church visit again tonight. I want more time to finish this report. Who knows? Maybe it'll be my final one. I want to spend more time with Dakota. Yeah, just forget about the rest of the world. Lots happened tonight. I still managed to be about an hour earlier than usual. She should be glad. I sneak into the apartment as silently as possible, trying to surprise her. When I reach the bedroom, see something unexpected. It hits me like a ton of bricks. At the beginning, I couldn't properly parse the sight. When I find it what I'm looking at, it goes away with a tearing disgust up inside my chest. Shush. What the fuck? She's shocked to see me, doesn't know what to do. She's like a deer kind of headlights, or a schoolgirl probably trying to mislead my teacher. You're early. Yeah, I am. These are my clothes, girl. They're my cigarettes. That's my jewelry on the table. Yeah, I was. And I'm pretty sure I've got on my. I just thought being the Nordic, whatever. I noticed something dreadful familiar in you. I can explain. Please do explain. ... A good 10 seconds of awkward silence pass. I can see her spending an eternity in her head. This isn't what it looks like. Oh my god, exactly what it looks like. I was smart to say it. Dakota, are you single white female in me? All makes sense now. No, come on, no. I thought I was a leech in a relationship. We watched that movie together. We made fun of Jennifer Jason laid together. A roommate stalking and imitating her own roommate. Haha, what a concept, right? But I was being fed on in a far more sinister way without knowing it. Don't be silly. Silly. I've never ever been this serious with you. So whenever she's putting on my makeup, whenever I use her as a mirror, was she always hyping me up because she wanted to live vicariously through me? Oh, yeah, that's true, you did, yeah. So many little things make sense in retrospect. The little ways you kept moderating your speech after me, the weird ways our tastes were always compatible. Some of your art feeling so familiar, none of it would trigger any alarms by itself, and yet she's as humanly embarrassed as possible. Julia, listen, don't fucking touch me. I can barely think of anything more repulsive than being put on a pedestal like this. It's like the other person is begging me to perceive them as someone worse, if not outright subhuman. Don't be like this. Just don't. You know, this would probably be infinitely more, palatable if you talk to me like a person here, and not like, I don't know, your fucking mummy. ... You know what? Fuck you. I've been locked in this apartment by myself because of all the pandemic shit going on. It's fucking me up. I know you have. You have it hard right now, so I didn't want to bother you. Yeah, I was counting on you to ask how I'm feeling, babe. How are your work-life balances? Are you feeling claustrophobic? Hey, is it just me, or is our drug supply really shrinking fast? But no, you're too much of a self-centered bitch. You regularly suck me dry, and it's so good. The moment I entertain the thought of taking something in return, I'm crossing the line. Oh no, I'm a member of an immortal elite secret society, so hard to cope Dakota. Whenever I'm here, so we decide to visit our apartment. Let's just do what I enjoy until the pain stops. Fuck you. Fuck you sincerely, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. There's nothing you can do but take, and you should have learned by now that just taking won't make me happy. You big dumb bitch. That was quite a rant. And I did that in one breath. Somehow. Stop. Just, I don't know what to say. I feel disgusted, both on her and myself. Just stop. Dakota breaks down crying. She grabs a jacket and purse and runs out the apartment. I don't try to stop her. I stand here for a short while in silence and then lock the door. Did she take her keys? I don't know. I mean, oof. Yeah, in one breath, that was actually something I didn't expect. I didn't expect to do that. Yeah. So many of them. And when we do Order Darkness TRPG, we may get that as well. Because I am actually kind of interested in trying to do a Werewolf the Apocalypse or a Vampire the Masquerade one-shot sometime in the future. I just need to get you some dice. And we're set, pretty much. Well, nearly set. I'm still learning some things. Stuff like that. I desire for someone else, not for myself, for the way to open a different world, not get locked back into mine. I collapse into the soft bed. I smell her perfume. Sniff. I always liked it, but now it makes me slightly nauseous. I try not to think about Dakota. I think of Kaiser. Oof, good God, she is in a rut, isn't she? I think of Claudia. I think of Callahan. No matter what I think of, I sense doom. I feel that I've just sealed my fate, whatever it may be. Everything fucking sucks. Hey, I sound like you on a bad day sometimes. Receive a compliment about your methods and react accordingly is an achievement I just got. Back into the void, back into the void, back into the void. Void. I think this is going to be the last night, hopefully, in game. Seems hopeful. Because I want to complete this game. Before I stop the stream, I want to finish the game. I want to see the cutscene, the credits. I will tell you this though. The Werewolf of the Apocalypse, Heart of the Forest, is like this game. It's got a named character, what's it called? It does have a proper backstory with the characters like that. Oh, I am doing. For me, it always starts with an image. Is that gonna be... Hang on. That's the art hole. I think. It has the same room layout. I know. I've already played the werewolf game, remember? I did that back. When did I do it? I think last year. I remember doing it for a World of Darkness special, month special. An image which might be vaguely eerie or interesting, but usually not an image that will provoke particular strong feelings by itself. Usually it hides a mystery. That much is correct. I might just play that for you, I'm not too sure, because I'm going to have a look to see if it's still out, but I've looked into it and things like that. Because I have found it being streamed on Twitch, I have found other streamers that have done the game as well, so that helps a little bit. But that mystery doesn't exist without a text, or more specifically, a context. Context is everything. It also sounds like something you said. Well, one way or another, you need to process what you're looking at. Maybe that context was something you've heard or overheard. Maybe, although it's quite rare and pretty special, it'll be your very own creativity. Captivating complete interpretation. A ghost of an idea. Is this a half-forgotten memory or something? Unspeakable beautiful I will never ever see again. That's the sun! Just a scene from a movie, a fragment of a music video, an animation, or maybe this really is the last thing Callahan ever saw in his own life. Warm sunbeams caressing his skin and turning it into ash, a giant ball of fire engulfing his body in flames from 93 million miles away. Was he terrified? Was he grateful? There's no will, no suicide note, no nothing. Instead, we can only count on what the local story will write, presumably letting their bias shape the narrative one way or another. What am I looking at here? A horrible, laughable hall of mirrors? A creep who I never ever want to see again? A vampire much more despicable than myself? Or maybe someone who loved taking care of me and deserved to be cared for in return? Funny thing, whenever I was high as a kite, mentally lost or dimension parallels hours, she was my anchor. Our shared history, my feelings for her were an anchor. That's her touchstone! Matthew McConaughey returning to his strange daughter on the other side of the cosmos, on beyond the horizon, guided by nothing but love. Then wherever I get back to planet Earth for a week or two, I was haunted by memory of that affection. I was the best possible version of myself towards her, but that haunting always refused to transfigure into something real. What gradually took its place was angry, disappointed thoughts, and among them one thought that I always tried to suppress. I need someone who'd know how to raise me up spiritually, but all I have is a sycophant who always working her ass off to lift me up without understanding what I need. It's hurting us both. Having these words pop in my head hurt me because they had the ring of truth to them, but also because I knew there must be another narrative, a better narrative. I was just too stupid to find it. Story of my life, story of my young life. I still have no idea what I was thinking about in the city. I had the best city in the world phase, and I had just a playground for wealthy sometimes plays. Now I'm searching for a better treasure. My nose is really itchy, I don't know why. Alright. One day probably I'll stumble upon like a piece of rhino prestigious TV show scene that will contain just that, and suddenly I will look at the pieces with new eyes. Or maybe I won't. It's just like frustrations I had back at Lodestar. All these words constantly trailing behind reality, trapping you in useless mindsets instead of bringing enlightenment. For all those flashy writers whose main concern is furthering their own brand, douchebags who present you with them with limited, pathetic, depressing realities where they are kings. Fuck them all to hell. We need words that will paint a brighter future before our eyes. But what if that can't be done without reinterpreting the past first? What if we haven't defined the ills and threats correctly? That was quite oh, I didn't breathe then. I forgot to breathe in a little bit then. Need to think. Once again, my thoughts returned to the same visual that had been tormenting me for almost every waking moment for this past week. A senseless demise devoid of any context. A crime scene stripped of evidence. A image created by an unknown artist designed to leave you dumbfounded. Why is my nose really itchy? It's ridiculous. Randomly. The investigations is over, all possible avenues explored, all the non-testimonies are in, no concrete evidence found, but the play is almost complete, the actors ready to leave the stage. It is what it is. I've failed as a detective, maybe though not the fault of my own, but again, it is what it is. This case, this scene, this picture never needed an investigator. From what I understand, all the people in charge ever wanted was a talented writer. What if? Ghost of an idea. When I wake up, Dakota is still not here. I don't know how to feel about that. I just don't. Grady hasn't left any messages at the door. Still that mad, huh? He will probably appeal to the court to take me off the case. And if half of the garbage Kaiser was spouting is correct, he shouldn't have much trouble convincing me. True. I look in the mirror and stare at my warped reflection. This place is upsetting. You need a change of scenery, you know? The depressing streets of a lockdown New York City will do. I think of God. Maybe that's why I have conspicuously picked the cathedral for my destination. I think of the silver cross adorning my chest and empty sign for whenever someone asks me why I wear it and hear a different story. I think of the silhouettes that keep spotting from corners of my eye. No, I don't even want to imagine what that means. I feel what it means and it makes me nauseous enough. I think of my clan solely tied to the Catholic Church. It's a loveless marriage, so to speak, like, for example, the ones with my parents. I think that about the great irony of the somber truth with the Holy See, we are the only ones who stay so close to the Lord's light, even though we're certain we will never ever reach it. Some of the shadows have visions of comrades who departed this world recently, travelling through some abstract space, one that's disturbing, astonishing in equal measures. They almost reach whatever afterlife they're in for a kind, but then get caught and consumed by the dark monster silhouette. The rumour is our antediluvian. Oh, my voice went weird then. Oh, wasn't stopped by his final death. He's still out there, behind the shadows, taking advantage of our patricide. Breathing on us like Saturn devours his children. As Dakota will say, it might not be factual, but it is an emotional truth. From driving the Cabin River to panically scrambling for any safe house. Okay, it is like our elders are solely motivated by fear. The sins of our fathers are catching up with them, and it's young kindred like me who are given responsibility to clean up their messes, with the constant sense of doom looming over the horizon. We don't talk about salvation anymore, we're just minimizing the impact of damnation. That is no way to live, but then again, maybe that's why they call it life. Shit, it's benight. Hello there, lost sheep. Now have you know the shepherd is extremely patient and waiting for you? What are you doing here while the night is so young? Out for blood while you're in luck, this place offers both blood, body and blood. If I learned them methods from pickup artists, they would all be acting like this guy. I'm not in the mood here, so yes, bum. Step the fuck away from me or you're gonna be sorry. Oh my, something's rolling you, so I can make a confession, or if you're in a hurry, mind the path for inner turmoil, so finally here. I've got one right here. Oh. Jibana Torja. You want me to fuck you up, don't you? Julia, as you should know by now, I always interpret this kind of response to preaching divine as the devil staring inside. It is what it is. Is that what it is, Julia? The liar and the father of lies got the hold of your soul? So give me a signal, even the smallest one, not even to spot it. See this person turn my stress. I recognize the feeling, the hand virtuous blood, and I'm definitely not on level ground. Fuck, here we go. Listen, I've had enough, alright? Enough of your sentimental attitude, enough of your version lack of basic empathy, enough of your dumb, ugly fucking book. You're a fucking singularity of stupidity, tastelessness, and cringe. I've met all those horrible shitheads and assets this week, and somehow none of them get under my skin the way you do, you motherfucker. Like a goddamn Jehovah's Witness going from door to door, except you're always knocking on my fucking skull, going, hey, do you know God exists? Have you heard about God exists? Like, hold it right there. Well, when did I ever say that God exists? Oh, so he doesn't believe in... Wait. I said, what makes you think I believe God exists? Oh, now you're just fucking with me. No, I'm serious. Well, you sound serious at least. I'm actually speechless. I think there's some sort of silly misunderstanding. That's what needs to be cleared up. I'm all ears. I hope so, Julia, because I feel like you've been ignored. How what I've been saying to you with each of these conclusions. It's very possible. Actually, you just say 15 seconds for him to talk and get completely zoned down. So, dividing further makes about go back to the beginning and explain the common religious beliefs. I love the Catholic imagery. I cherish the tradition of law. I adore the practices, the intricacies of the theological. The messages contain the Bible, of course I do. Does that mean I believe that one day I will see the big dead in the sky? Forgive me, lad, but I don't think so. Doesn't sound very likely, especially for the bloodthirsty creature of the night. So that's what it is. Unimaginary. That's overly simplified, but yes, I suppose you could say that. Motherfucker, you ain't Catholic, you're a weirdo cosplayer. Says a non-practitioner who still wears a cross. Yeah, but I'll show them people's thirst for fun in my spare time. I'm simply trying to share the joys of religion that brought my own actual blood. What joys? Oh, where to start? And there's so many. The joy of having plainly understandable rules to follow. The joy of having structure in your life. The joy of always knowing where to find people who share your values. But above all, it's the joys of being a aristocracy surrounding oneself in aesthetic luxury architecture, beautiful classical music, ornate rituals formalizing our actions and relationships. I don't know what I was going to yawn or breathe. I didn't know that well then. A pursuit of virtues separating you from the masses, the hierarchies, the communities, all serving an idea greater than themselves. It's like monarchy or some kind of tradition, but it's not gauche. So that's what it is. You saw pretty paintings and buildings, all to yourself, hell yeah, I want in, and then you just decide to mean to you. I don't be wrong, it's real faith that brought me to the fold, but eventually I whittled down religion to the core, to what interests me. Unbelievable. But don't be a second, I wasn't empathetic when I was trying to convert you. You are the embodiment of existential despair surrounding us. The one whose people usually try to drown out with drugs, sex, work, Netflix. Pick your poison, all of them temporary codes. Emptying yourself, kill your ego, get a routine, try community, drown your morality in something tangible, start perceiving yourself as part of something greater. I need to breathe in there. Always good to reflect itself with confiningly appears. Otherworldly aesthetics, one that keeps the beast at bay, once you're almost fitting in the way you are. What's there to hate? Unbelievable, you're a goddamn lunatic. Looks at the sky. Rather forgive them, they know not what they do. It's not that your entire ideology is just aesthetics. You fucking loon. And how exactly do I differ from anyone else nowadays in this regard? Stop arguing semantics. No, you stop. Look at yourself. A privileged burnout who refuses to invest herself in anything. Only started commuting to anything. Not committing to anything when for once in your own life you were forced into a politically charged dangerous task. Once you saw you were back to being a nameless brat. Desire to murder increase. Ever in World War II, I've been watching that every person, every idea I cared with us in the spears. That is the source of my pain. That is the reason I am what I am. The source of your pain. A thing defines you. People have been mean to you. Fuck off. People in third world countries get their heads high or suffering from every sort of horror, but you have complete mental breakdown every time you remember you have mummy issues. Wow. Classic. Oh, don't act like you have high ground here. You obviously... You're oblivious. So that's all I'm saying. Everyone has different frameworks, different lenses of view from that suffering through. Yes, and if there's one thing abandoning your humanity should have shown you is that kin frameworks are not enough. Petty vendettas, childish romances, pointless power struggles, the dumb gamblings that chase successful career, mummy and daddy issues, sure, why not? Pain and pleasure dictates all. Everyone wants something bigger than this. They want to escape from the drudgery. They want psychedelia, permanent. They want to stare at God's face even if he does not exist. Alright, and you can show them how. Accept the cross you're wearing to your heart. Yeah. Accept it. Creepy fucker. Just accept it. Alright, that'll be enough for tonight. The mood changes in instance. The sight of fatherland takes us both for Father, what are you doing here so early? You two are arguing so loud they had to come out here and check. Even if with all the panic of TV these days, simply walking outside feels like magic. So awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry. You should be. I'm willing to turn a blind eye to your courage because I believe you're having your heart in the right place. Mostly I'm responding to the way you approach folks in need. Right now, Bernard Segal is displaying all the confidence of a scolded teacher's favour. But I was just trying to guide her to set her on the right path. I know, Bernard. I know. That's the problem. The sacred city is Please head there right now. We need to have a long talk. Get me some coffee if you wish. But, right. He slowly slinks away, looking defeated, deflated, debased. I burn the moment into my retinas, etched onto my soul, kind of hoping I'll never see him again with how I remember him. Fatherline watches him closer, disappears in sight and turns to me. I feel sorry for him. I know he might have found some basic empathy through faith. But all I've done thus far is let him leave you for the end of your tether. Yeah, that's some faith he has. Are you okay with all this bullshit he's spouting? I don't exactly support it, but I don't reject it. It's like attrition and contrition. Imperfect and perfect repentance. One is focused on the relationship with God, the other selfish and focused on personal gain. But both of them work. Yeah, doesn't that strike you as completely missing the point a bit? But purely speculates on Christ's teachings and nothing new. Pascal's wager is a boring example, but have you ever been trying to spread Borgaf Costa Master Margarita? Sure, back in Poland. Oh, she's Polish. Back in Poland, every teen trying to look intellectual online loves to repeat the joke. Talking cat who swears he's never poured vodka for a lady because the one is pure alcohol. That's one takeaway from the novel, I suppose. Realism, a moving depiction of Christ who's not a divine being, driven from a causes and open for transcendence. Jesus and Satan once a powerful force of battles. Would have to read it again. It's been so long. Sounds nice though. I stretch Lily will take out another smoke, watching me close and speaks up again. Julia. 4 hours now, this is going to be a meeting in the Elysium. The big final of... Oh wow, this is it. Everyone will be there, but they're counting on you to not show up. The good shape plans present the results in your stead. It's simple, crude strategy. Might work, but best be counter and outrageous tactic. Take it as you will. Thank you. Until I've dumbfounded, I can muster as a regret. Oh, don't ask me, I'm just a messenger. Who will I message to you? A good friend, a gossip friend, who will not tell you more than a false speaker. Oh shit. This is the moment that might decide the rest of my days. What would you do in my place, Father? When I was first down there, that was shit the rest of my life. The world felt too big and scary and impossible to understand. I simply escaped from that choice into seminary. Yeah, that's the idea of good advice. I'm going to have to ask you to shove it. I would expect nothing less. You see, that's the kind of, father, priest, you would that'd actually be kind of good. Someone who's actually in touch with the modern day as well, a bit more. Who actually can speak like that and not have any issues. Regret what? You're kind of shady. He doesn't seem like a bad guy, so you have to accept that people around you are responsible for some horrible things. If our superior acts counts our own sins, and on the face of it, probably half the people in this world don't really deal with him. Clever, that's not a real answer. Being a low-level grunt for ourselves, you find wholly objectifying no way to live. I don't know, is it? I finished the smoke in silence. I have to go. Don't know if and when we'll see each other again. When that happens, it probably will be the same old me. Of course, before I leave the scope tonight, let me say one more thing. Yeah? These are difficult times. My parishioners keep calling me. The things people are going through, they might never admit, but if this keeps up, it'll cause horrifying and real damage to this nation. A dreadful darkness is killing us all, little by little. Like, every powerful evil manifests itself little by little. And yet, sinful as it may be, I confess to being strangely excited from the moment we're seeing the suffocating normal disappear. This is the time the dream of the new realm is possible. Walk these empty streets, Judy. Remember how the city feels right now. Bask in its shadows and uncertainties after the apocalypse comes the great rebirth. The Amici Noctis awaits your next report with great curiosity. I gave him a nod and sprinted away. Now I know what I must do. This is it, I think. This is it. This is the final bit, I think. I hope. My vision's going a bit blurry. Oh. And my nose is itching. I don't know why. When I moved here for good form, the old country, you were the only close friend who kept me company. Never felt in the right place back there, never felt in the right place here. Questioning now when I'm not quite alive, not quite dead. Not that Slavic, not that American. But maybe it's about time I finally carved some space for myself. It's been a long road, hasn't it? ... Wish me luck. I catch him by the front door, Oh, Tor, because of course he had to be the first person I met there. No way, no. I'm going to be laughing stuff. The entire city will show up the resolution of my own investigation. How would you demonstrate a modicum of courtesy? Courtesy? Yeah, I should put you on trial. I can't guarantee I eventually won't. You've messed with Kaiser, the eminence grace of the city. Being into a pulp like a random goon, he will do everything he can to destroy you from now on. And my bet is he'll succeed. Whatever will be. For now, at the very least, I'd like to show the court I'm not a baby fledgling who can't see tasks she was given in the end. You're making a huge mistake. How did you even learn this meeting in the first place? Maybe I'm not a trust investigation they thought I was. I never said, but you're showing it. That's not a fair assessment. I wanted to finish this whole mess myself, for your own good. Would it be nice if you asked me what I think next time? I'm actually pissed off we tried to pull this off without me, but I'm not letting it show. Counting on being able to guilt trip him into submission. He deeply signs of recognition proving not a tactic but successfully. Fine, but you will stay quiet the whole time. No tricks, ifs, or buts. But of course. Wow. This way. We step into the mall of the gallery. The celebration of power is almost over, everyone back in their respectable styles again, looking at each other and they're trapped in their own world. The art was nearly empty now. Quite easy. They're strolling the last remaining nobodies into the leaving premises. Eventually, only me and a select few New York and the very first. Carter. Hello. Miss Swinsky. Barely made it, huh? The asshole with the glued-on smile spots me first, and he's just as authentically infused to see me as ever. He finally shows his face around here. I wasn't trying to join us tonight, Crowdy, and made this meeting sound like a one-man show. The preparations took me a bit longer than I thought they would. I apologise. Are you by any chance planning to surprise me with something? Well, if I planned something, it won't be if I told you now, would it? Can I have everyone's attention, please? We're about to begin. Here it is. It's going to be it. Everyone remain in the building. The others around Crowdy yet. Exciting. Is everyone present? Present? And accounted for. My prince? Yes, before we begin, let me welcome an unusual guest in our fold. Just across the corner. Oh, it's an emergent silhouette. Never be there. Talk! What are you doing here? I am the Baron of Drugs. I was delegated here by my compatriots as an oversight authority. I met up the result of the investigation, nothing more, nothing less. Right. Let me stress this one last time. This is a one-time occurrence meant to elevate the attention of the city. Not a single mutual recognition, not the slightest. I peek at Adam's face to get a feel of how hard-line loyalists might grapple with his argument. The expression betrays no surprise or any slight discomfort. If even he is fine with it, the prince must have been extremely convinced about necessarily the temporary truths. About some Machiavellian tactic she got ready up her sleeve. Who knows? Of course, we might have irreconcilable differences, but there are times when they have been temporarily put aside in order to quell unrest and open paths for constructive, meaningful chances. Okay? If anyone would like their voice concerned, now's the time. Talk, Arthur, and Panhard exchange glances, no one I consider it an instant. Suggested, knowing what I know, I roll my eyes. A stick of a carrot talk made you break and sell your compatriots. How much do you really know? If not, ready? May I? He steps into the middle of the room and clears his throat theatrically. Here it is. First, let me plainly state that the conclusion I'm going to present is by no means my own achievement. It is the result of the tireless investigation conducted by the County Kinsman I will name here. Italian Glasgow talks direction says sudden explanation of why you refuse to call them by their name. And of course, Julius Winski, who cares, whose ceaseless groundwork of the past few nights served the foundation for the founding you are about to be revealed here. Thank you, Julia. Not the first time we set out to oversell my achievements. As the sheriff, my role here is mostly representation. Detective. I spent the last few days overseeing the celebrations in the East and making sure no harm would before anyone person. Luckily, no one did. That's good. Looks like the prince's decision to move forward with the event was a correct one. And for that we should extend our thanks to Guardian. Let us not overlook our guest to a degree. I managed to convince my key allies that despite actions is the only way forward in the case. No matter how wrong-headed the enemy can be, we still need avenues to negotiate and communicate. I'm curious how Tamika would react to him looking like a corporate master designing the future order. There's missing potential for change that lie in unrest. No wonder she dumped him. Spare us the empty pleasantries and let Guardian move on. I have all night for this. Right, I'll be concise. Douglas, boss Callahan's remains were found in his office by one of his ghouls. First thing in the evening, the first kindred is confirmed it was another Anarch Baron. Talk present here. A mystery book author would refer to the circumstance of Camden's test as a classic closed room mystery. The metal door, locked from the inside, served the sole way in. There was no murder weapon, no use of testimonies, and the evidence was, how do I put it, barely circumstantial at best. Wow, okay, that is a very good artwork panel. That is really nice. What was left us was one hell of a puzzle, one where the answer couldn't even be approached without a tried and tested question. Cui bono? We were presented with a poorly timed power upheaval, tense situation where long planned celebration was in danger. Suddenly all of us were faced with the uncertain future. Everyone benefited, yet no one did. No one was especially fond of Callahan, but it's not like anyone was particularly keen on moving him in the equation, especially at this time. For a moment we were sure this was the beginning of the offensive on the part of the Camarilla. We started wondering just how how retaliation should be, and as for us, we were momentarily convinced that the Anarchs were plotting to blame us for their own internal power struggles. The tense situation resolved only thanks to skillful and swift diplomacy. Dare I say yet no victory for a far talented prince? Julia made sure to examine all the contacts Callahan might have had in his last days, in both sects. Her efforts were tireless, and only rarely misguided. He just had to spit out the last. At least one biting mark, didn't he? It's probably just covering his ass. But as exhausting as they might have been, they only served to muddle the possibilities, not explaining them. Callahan has a lot of enemies, but they were mostly infuriating kind of enemies one can have. Folks who barely even thought of him anymore. In other words, no one really had a particular interest in getting rid of him, because they could always simply work their way around him. Just before last Christmas, he witnessed the first ever successful First Light raid against his extremely profitable blood trade supply lines. The lone ace would be sleeve, a downright shady bit to perform to perfectly maneuver around all SI activities. Gone. Callahan's decline was apparent, and a domino effect made his empire slowly crumble. Up until recently, he'd done the admirable job of keeping up with the times and getting away with murder. Suddenly, all the prison spotlights were on him. The recent stuff we heard about him all the best downward, downright maniac with clues lashing out at everyone. Struggling, utterly failing to fit into the new reality he found himself. A closed room, no evidence of struggle, lack of strong, why done it? It's the corpse being found in a very early evening hours. The conclusion is simple. Callahan's first death was self-inflicted. Suicide, to put it in simple terms. Silence filled the room. So, wow, that really is the angle that we pushed in, isn't it? Let's hear it, Sheriff. I will explain. It was an independent detective who first set me on the theory, only last night. There is no suicide note of any kind, of course, but the message only recently departed has since might not necessarily been a verbal one. The peculiar thing was the position of the body was like an arrow at us to notice something. It appeared the last thing saw in his own life was a portrait of one Lord Castlereagh. the second Marquess of Londonderry, which is coincidentally where Kerrang was born. To most, he was a avowed traitor, heartless suppression of all dissent, the main threat against each rebellion the Irish had gone through, successful in all ways but those that mattered to his people. Some kind of a tragic figure, holding together selfish allies against the common threat, always fighting for painful and unpopular compromises, ruined by overweight sickness and poor public speaking skills. Not hard to see why Douglas Karen would emphasize polite snickers. Indeed, especially when you realise that the sickness in his blood, his fears, the hatred of his own people, and growing paranoia led him to commit the drastic suicide within his own four walls. I see. The assumption is, instead of stabbing himself to death for a knife up pen, he instead let the sun embrace him in its warmth. Lazarus' face burning into his eyes, a poetic final death. It's not a close we might have wanted, but probably the best explanatory motivation that we're gonna get. So everyone follow. Heavy silence fills the room. Nobody speaks up, except Prince Panhard. To me, it's all perfectly understandable, agreeable, most importantly, it fits the man I've come to understand over the last 2 decades. Consentimental murmur resonated through the room. Agreed, and might I add, there were some irregularities to handle in the crime scene, but the Anarchist leaders' findings suggested Callan's resentful ghouls were to blame. Those have been really happy to see him dead, is all I'm saying. They were overboard with the celebrations. They've all been interrogated, though. Yes, I've received all the results in town and done nothing to change my mind there. The presence of Callan's state of mind only served to spot the suicide case. It is my suggestion that we all announce these findings at respective communities first thing tomorrow night. Sounds reasonable, and I think that concludes this meeting. I'll let the keeper Leeson do the honors. No time wasted, huh? Does everyone have anything to add? Any questions to add? Take your time. Silence. I look at everyone just sitting there in perfect agreement. Congrats, everyone. Congrats. Us. We've achieved the perfect victory. No loose ends, no rocking the boat, no nothing. Makes you want to puke. How many of them contribute to the final report? How strongly was I to believe the shit running through his mouth? He's always been a Camarilla law as a fanatic one even, but Miss Julia, any final statements? This is it. Now or never. If anyone can blow his face so red wide open, it's me. But there's no coming back from the road, and it has to be at any cost. I've spent all my life and unlife on social climbing, and the sunken cost, fallacy is kicking in. Challenging might have been my only way of ever making out the pit I'm in. On the other hand, maybe this was my time to head into the unknown, kill my ego at least temporarily, shut up from the voices of the elders screaming in my head, betray my somber instincts. Make all these ghosts go away and figure out new, no matter how scary it might be. Do I dare? Or maybe I don't. Feels like there's an incredible prize to be won, waiting right in front of me. If I just dare to take this revolver with a single bullet I have hidden on me. And I invite everyone here for a crazy game of Russian roulette. But I also get this foreboding gangster movie feeling, like this is a scene where the future mobster could have gotten out, but he didn't. In the end, you kind of think all the splendor of Golden Age was worth the pathetic end. It's like there's two cells battling the dominance inside of me. One must have died, the other has to live. Honestly, it's a flip of a coin. I've had all the kindred I've met, lessons I've learned, choices I've made over the past few nights to make this decision, and then feeling like I'm simply following the way I conducted this investigation a logical conclusion, I respond, no, nothing. Gradier's done an excellent job summing up the entire case. A barely detectable tension in the air. This was the first time they might have had to reckon something I said, but luckily for them, turns out they won't. Well, looks like that's all, folks. Yep, look like it. Excellent. Might be going now. Please do continue to see. The words right out of my mouth. You can see it in some of their faces. Everyone is happy. So maybe would you escort Mr. Tuck out? Me and Tom have to appease Mr. Payne for destructing the sanctuary at the Elysium. Certainly, right this way. Tomorrow night we'll be back to Wednesday, of course. Of course. Isn't that just what you wanted to hear, Addison? Or spare me the condescension, Helena. During the commotion I approached by Cardi. It looks to me and makes me sure deep Actually, I have to go and see everyone back safely now, but thank you for not pulling any stupid tricks. I really appreciate it. Who do you think I am? Someone else. I apologize for that. Sometimes you just see someone and completely misinterpret it, or think about how to handle the future, particularly the Kaiser issue tomorrow. Alright? If I'm even here tomorrow. He passed me on the back of a short, awkward smile. See you then. That is really nice. I mean, shit, that was actually a really nice bit then. Everyone slowly scatters, but I just sit there, keeping eye contact with the only person I still have someone for Christmas with. The Arto should have had his doors locked now, but not because of the weird I'm staying. I thought the only person accompanying me is the keeper of the Elysium. Oh, aren't they a happy bunch? All's well that ends well. People were getting nervous, like you really had some good cards to play. You're a poker player? Occasionally. It's a very social-like thing to do, played with Jennifer Tilly once. Yes. I know who she is, so yes. Yes, I recognise the name. Must be easy to keep closer with you then. I know, it does help. And you do seem to know a lot about cards other people are holding. Like all great games, poker does share some principles, lessons and essay skills set with real life. I take out enough smarts, conversationally bringing the tension back by two fencers, carefully looking for a hole in each other's fence. I found a file about you and Kaiser's car. Seems like he's worried about you, the only unpredicted variable in his equations. Ah, see, that's the one card I didn't predict you drawing. Speaking of predicting anything, when I was waking up tonight, I didn't expect a good friend without me into coming here. Who might that be? Not a lot of people in this room had the inclination to act friendly towards me in any way whatsoever. Sure looks like someone made a risky play. Even great players make dangerous plays sometimes. You know why? No idea. Boredom. Reason for that. It's boredom that gets to you. Even when you love the game, there's always a fear it might turn into a playful, predictive series of optimal plays. Time to make the play that might not seem optimal at the moment, and then a direct strike. You're not really Catherine Weiss, are you? I don't know who else I could be. Let me phrase it differently. You're not Encantria the Wise. You're not the Exchequer of Prague, a Bruja elder causing turbulence all over the world. Are you? She laughs. The file must have been pretty thorough. Kaiser knows what he's doing. That's why I'm afraid of what he might do to me to get revenge. Rightly so. Maybe I'll help him out in exchange for a favour. Snuff out a somber meadower, strike partnership. Promise to keep each other in check. ... If that was a joke, it's not very funny. Just so you know, I've made precautions. It was a bluff. Honestly, I expected more of a reaction. Kaiser's documents don't mention anything about Usher. They say when you were born as Hannah Urbanova was unlucky enough to immigrate to New York City at perfect age, with a pretty accent, approximately that of a Turner. Honestly, explains a lot. Cardia told me that Iceland once organised a blood hunt after Catherine. Katrina. That she was both liable and too intertwined with the city's history to give up on her. The solution, you, were deemed the best possible compromise by all the parties involved. Particulars aren't really described. The theory that blood magic was used, maybe flesh crafting. I do remember a few images. I accomplished embrace Christoph, the man who caught me, apologising that. Wait. Christoph? Is that the same Christoph who's from Vampire the Masquerade Redemption? Is that the same Christoph? I do remember. In that game, you do play a Christoph and you start all the way back in Prague. Like really medieval times Prague. Crusade times Prague. And you are turned by a Catherine. A Catherine of Carthage. A Catherine of Carthage. I can remember that. But is that the same one? Wasn't to blame brainwashing, but what's done is done. I might not be a Katrina the Wise, but I'm definitely Catherine Wise now. If you was good at the situation upon it, I probably can. She's the brooding Batman, and you're the fun-loving Bruce Wayne. Zora and Diego de la Vega. Something like that. A debutant who sleeps a lot and parties a lot, only has to do something unpleasant from time to time. Do you hate her? Sometimes, but I mostly pity her. I come to accept my fate, and I don't feel much trauma when I see my jaw in the mirror the way she does. Oh, so her jaw's broken. It doesn't heal. Some pig broke her centuries ago and still relives the assault every time she catches a glimpse of her own face. All that power, all that reach, all the appearances, still not enough. Don't get me wrong, but is there a point to all these questions? Oh, there definitely is. I think it was reading the art maybe ultimately decide against turning the investigation upside down. What was it now? An immigrant from Eastern Europe comes to New York City, takes the position she tries to find herself in, is mourning to someone who is no longer herself. The story struck a start. I feel like you were maybe ever so slightly pushing me to follow your way. To lose myself in a position of considerable power. I could see Julius Winsky sharing Hannah Urbanova's fate, and to be honest, it scared the shit out of me. ... Catherine shakes her head. Funny. Ostrava was just 15 kilometers away from Poland's border. I know, I think there might have been once when I was a kid. Parents love to travel. Who doesn't? She takes my smoke, turns back, his deep drag and turns it to me. All these long-established organizations, with time, their practices always degenerate. Start draining everything out of participants, turn to a cycle of abuse aimed at no one in particular. But the funny thing is that the victims aren't allowed into positions where they can perpetuate the abuse. They feel the abuse is especially at them. There's no winning move there. The only thing I'm trying to say, I think you're making excuses for yourself. Piff, piff. She desperately tries to stop it, but laughs. Sounds like a bit of a harpy scream, but it's strangely endearing. I take a drag of the cigarette she took from me earlier. My inner grade school certainly informs her it's an indirect kiss. Wow. Let's walk outside. I need to close shop. Dawn is almost here, and we still need to talk about how things get you out of Kaiser's grasp. I know I can follow her to the street. So you've been living with a human? Yeah, it didn't work out. Oh, why is that? I didn't know how this story called her sisterly bond came to happen. I know it can't last beyond tonight, but I'm savoring every second. Turns out she's been single white femaling me. I don't follow. I come home, I find her wearing my clothing, smoking my cigarette, pretending to be me. Cutest thing I've seen in the world. So you find that pretending to be someone else is the creepiest thing in the world. I see how it is. Oh, piss off, that's a low blow. Why would she do that? No idea. I yelled at her and saw her running out. She's probably back home now. I hope. No, I don't. I don't know. I know it was bad, but maybe you just, ask her why she did it, and then make an informed guess. Ooh. What are you talking about? That would be reasonable. I don't do that. Pff. She loses herself in a thought, more visibly torn whether or not to tell me something. This might just be eccentric speaking, but I was thinking about you doing Carthage. Everyone's arguing about that name. Some people claim it's too much historical baggage. It's a myth. It doesn't work. It's still vampires taking advantage of humans. But it's still a beautiful dream, and you two are like the embodiment of it. You mean that about Criffle's story where Carthage was not destroyed because Romans were greedy of land, but because kindred and kin coexist there in harmony? Wow. Well, that definitely... Oh, yeah, because there are some different things that happen in this time-wise. Like, certain things happened, and I didn't know about that. I didn't know Carthage in World of Darkness terms was a place where vampires and humans lived in harmony. That's pretty cool, How have you impressed? I've been reading a lot to catch up. The inner journalist / farmer copyright of me to refuse to die. Again, it might as well be Katrina speaking, sending you to die in her pipe dream. That's the best opinion I think could get away from here with a goal in mind. Just then, head for the Anarch-free state of California. Look for a man called Giles. If you're alone, you might have to do a lot to prove yourself. If you're with your friend, you might have to do a lot less. If you succeed, you'll be able to fight for a noble cause to establish New Carthage. It's hopeless, no matter what tough act Grady is putting on. Still better than waiting what Kaiser is. I might as well give it a shot then, and then see what's next. Thank you. Don't thank me, unit. I'm sending you to the West Coast to die. So you're not here to blabber about me to Kaiser. so that I can please my boss. Now scram. The sun is almost up. Sure, thank you nevertheless, even if it just pisses you off more than anything I should know. ... I don't exactly know how practicing you are, not even Father Leonard knows. We are now up. I will keep St. Jude, the page of St. of desperate cases, in mind. I'm not even religious, I mean, really, but in my darkest hour I sometimes told to keep him in mind, and maybe I wouldn't be here if I did. Yeah, I know, St. Jude. In happier time, Mum used to joke he was the patron saint of her sex life. Okay, I see. Fellow Catholic survivors who survive, that classic Eastern European upbringing. I'm not admitting to anything. Does that. Stay safe, Catherine, and thank you. See you again, someday, somewhere, Julia. Although, probably not. I waved to her for the first and the last time and leave the asylum behind. Hey. Hey. She's sitting on the bed. Tell me she was crying before, but I'm trying her best to hold up. Where were you? I was finishing my big investigation. She sniffs. Sniff. So, how was it? I fucked up big time. Didn't even proper fight. Don't tell me you expected anything different. I did actually. Used to be a shining example of an investigative journalist. Maybe I never felt comfortable being an example. The wince of her face proves that got to her. ... I'm not happy with who I am. ... Jesus, you're really copying me in every damn aspect, aren't you? Fuck you, I'm being serious. I know, I'm not trying to be an arsehole, I'd rather try not to be an arsehole. ... We really are two leeches who got stuck together, huh? Like two-person human centipede loop or something. I know above us, I'll be a strip. I got lost in my own metaphors, take out another smoke and decide what to say. You're extremely good-looking, kind, endless, energetic. You got a steady job as an artist, and even steadier influx of cash. Why would you want to be someone else? You're an extremely good-looking, clever, talented as fuck, immortal, and eternally young. But you still have a whole deep well of self-loathing within you for some godforsaken reason, and it fucks me up as much as it does you. ... Probably. Yeah, I get that, but single white female? It was an impulse. It was the first time I did it, I swear. I didn't know what got into me. The time was just, fuck. Maybe I just wanted to see if I could be better. I could be better you than you. I don't know, maybe I need therapy. I'm tired of looking for a kind of therapy that feels like it worse and is not just brainwashing me. Probably true. ... She might be lying, but I don't want to believe she's lying. I choose to believe she's not lying. What do I have to lose? ... I think I want to give it one more shot. She raises her head. Do you? Yeah, I think I do. With one condition, though. She shoots me a cold look. What condition? I told you I fucked up my investigation, not how badly. It looks like I'm no longer safe in NYC. I need to run fast tomorrow evening, and the only way I can see is a bunch of loons living in the West Coast who are trying to bring about a utopia where humans and vampires can coexist. Probably even more dangerous than staying here, to be honest, not to mention how dangerous it could be for you. And I haven't figured out how we're going to get there safely, but yeah. I'm beyond tired of sitting on my ass. Collaborating with monsters is the first page of a second chapter. I don't know, I really don't know. This is a lot to take in. I know. But I think I'm in. I know I'm in. ... You've got a future, you've got rich parents, you don't have to do this. In case you missed it, having rich parents is like a goddamn, original sin in my book. I don't want to coast on their money, I want to try doing something that fucking matters. Are you certain? About as certain as I am as deep state exists. That's good enough for me. I'm off to sleep, the sun's probably already up. I'll pack up your clothing. What for? You planning on unleashing Dakota on me again? ... Don't say anything, I they're just trying not to be an arsehole. It's a process. The day went by and I woke up like any other night. It was the first surprise. Dakota following through with a plan was second. We're leaving the city. I don't know about it, but I'm kind of hoping it will burn the moment we leave. Fuck all these out-of-touch psychopaths assholes who murdered Callahan and partied on his grave all week. Fuck the opportunists who couldn't even seize the moment and do what had to be done. Fuck this temporal mammon who truth is impossible to find. Fuck the Bronx, fuck Brooklyn, fuck Queens, fuck Staten Island, and fuck Manhattan. Fuck Manhattan in particular. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of them. Okay, I'm done. I'm probably just gonna try to stop at motels, drink from truckers and hitchhikers, or whatever. Exciting, we'll be like a pair of serial killers prowling America's highways. Remember Near Dark, that nomadic vampire movie? Of course I do. Is that what we're planning to do in the Midwest? Maybe, maybe not. We'll improvise. Might have been one or two more. I get the feeling the sort of like the last bit may have been the thing that made it more optimistic. I think it was the last few. That might have been it. When I reached the D'Angelo bit, it might have been that section that might have caused it. It just hit me. Won't the motels and such be closed because of the virus though? Shit, I didn't know. I didn't think about that. Maybe I really should have popped a bank and just paid the circulator system. Go smuggle me up. Smuggle us west. Whatever, it might be fun. Remember, you were the one paying for everything. I don't want to expose myself to anything. I don't want to expose anyone to anything. I've seen enough shit talking online about this exodus of New Yorkers who are probably spreading the thing all around the country right now. Gotcha. We should wash the car. I think you'll be disinfecting yourself before any time we touch. Okay, that's just being freaky. And maybe you should wear a mask. Nope, it's the land of the free and home of the brave. I guess. ... Hey, yeah? Do you love me? That's a bit of a random thing to ask someone in a car. Of course I do. For now, at least. I still don't know if I love her. Or if I can even love anyone, for that matter. I'm a fucking monster, after all. I don't even know if it will exist next month. The prospects are not looking good, but although I can't see myself in the rearview mirror right now, I will remember this image of us leaving the city somewhat melancholy and somewhat hopeful, forever. And maybe the meaning of the image will clarify with time, or maybe I'll just force a more positive description of it. And that is what I'll believe. No matter what happens, even if the oceans of blood lie before us, I will make this a cherished moment. Whatever possible salvation still remains for me, it probably lies in the eyes of others. What? I didn't get the bad ending. You have chosen to forfeit the game. I got the bad ending. You know what? I don't mind. That was a pretty good ending. There we go. We have done of New York's. We have done of the New York's games. We have done them both. I will be putting this on YouTube, and that is that playlist completed. I'll reword it. It's a good written ending. At least they got to leave the city, you know? That's something. They're not gonna be there and catch something, you know? That's a positive. It might not be the best ending in the world, but at least we'll get on well. Alright. Yep. I think I officially love the of New York games. They were really good. This one, Shadow of New York, was a bit better than the first one. For like main character wise. And that's because basically Julia had more about her. She actually was one that already had a background. Already had that and things like that. As in the first one, yes, we were someone just being embraced, and that was good. If it was like, if that was kind of done in Bloodline style one, so to like make these New York games as like Bloodlines, that would be fantastic with that sort of opening. So you actually get to do that. You're actually able to pick what kind of vampire you are solely by what kind of places you like to visit. I mean, kind of, can you imagine this as like an MMO like thing in Vampire Masquerade? You're a human. You decide to basically do a YouTube video about urban exploring. Abandoned building, you go in there, you do it as that, and you get ambushed, you get bitten, you are given a illegal embracing, which leads your character waking up in a very confused and or a very scared state, and you literally have like your tutorial missions as actually like what's it called? Like your first learning, coming to terms with it. There are day and night cycles. You have to stay in the dark at time. You have to stay in the dark when it's night time outside. You can go out there and do that. It'll bring more to you, stuff like that. It probably would work really well. And if they ever did a MMO of World of Darkness, I said at the beginning of the stream, I would get it. Incorporate the three main ones. So basically, Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, and Hunter the Reckoning. Have those as your main ones to focus with. You have like 3 starting areas, and how you progress in your game directly affects how everything is. And have like an expansion to the MMO as actually Wraiths the Oblivion, showing how if they make a new character, you were attacked by a shadow person, and then suddenly you wake up in a strange, unnatural place between life and death, where you can literally walk through a wall in the dead and appear in the real world, like that. That would be fantastic. And you can even base it in a real life place as well, or make a fictional city based on a real life location, and have it that literally things happen. And you can have like group you can have like group activities. You can have like raids, so like mass vampire gatherings that literally do like a huge blood hunt for like one very major threat like that, and actually have that for a raid. So you're literally trying to hunt down this vampire. Do that. Do things like that. That would be fantastic. I would definitely get that. I am still planning on getting Bloodlines 2, despite of all the changes it's made I've had so far. I'm still gonna get it because I do really like the World of Darkness universe. It is really good, and I wanna just keep playing them. So as I said, I'm not gonna be streaming for the next few days because I'm not gonna be here. I am hoping to stream next weekend, so either Saturday or Sunday, depending how I am tiredness wise. And things like that, so I will be doing that. But yes, okay, so catch me in the next stream, which will be next weekend, which I need. Oh, I know. Oh, so well, then again, where was I be speaking anyway? Yeah, at times anyway, when I'm on holiday and things like that. Yeah, but alright then, folks. So, catching the next stream next weekend. I need to figure out what it's going to be. It's either going to be Bloodlines, Earthblood, Elden Ring, but I don't know. I need to think about that. Oh, also Slay the Princess as well. I remember. I'll have a look more into that to see if I actually can stream that on Twitch. I don't know. Folks, catching the next stream next weekend.